I'm going to talk about a special, really specific kind of topic today, but it comes up a lot where frequently when I'm talking to folks in the contact center, they ask to put in the IVR to read out the person's position in the queue. Like, so you call up and it should say, you are, 17th in the queue or whatever it is. And this requirement often comes up, and we often have debates with the customer and with ourselves internally about whether this is the right approach or not. So I'm telling you here that it is almost never the right approach. I mean, if it's the only thing you can do because that's what the system you have allows, then then it's better than nothing. It's better than just leaving the person who calls up completely in the dark about when they're going to be served or whatever. But the reason it's a bad idea is that it basically takes away almost all of your ability to optimize what's going to happen. So you can almost change nothing to optimize your processes for the callers if you make position in queue what you read out. I know that sounds a bit strange because people think, hey, isn't it just like going to the post office? You're at the post office, you're in the queue, you can see the queue, you're obviously in position 7 in the queue, you know when you're going to be served. And it's not really like that. So the reason it's not like that, like queuing a whole bunch of calls or queuing a whole bunch of emails or chats or anything else actually in the contact center is really not like a linear queue in the post office because let me take the most extreme example. Imagine your internet broke down, your internet router or something wasn't working, or your internet service provider had a problem. And you call up, then a very good service provider will try and find out what the problem is. And they'll say, look, if you call up again, you'll get through to me, right? Now, not everybody does this, but the very good providers do. So the next time you call up the hotline number, the main number, the same one you called before, you will now not be in position 1000 or whatever it is again in a new queue. You will immediately go through to the person you spoke to already. So the last agent you spoke to, if they are available. In other words, you call up and you go from position 100 to 1 in straight away. And that's the most extreme example. But if we take another example somewhere in the middle, imagine you call up and you tried to cancel your contract earlier on. Then why would the company want to put you in a queue and make you wait for 20 minutes to talk to somebody when there's a special team of agents who only deal with retention and contracts and sales? And those team of people can't take service calls anyway. So again, when you go in, your position in the queue changes and goes from the linear position to a much higher priority. And so if you read out position in the queue, you are basically stuck with the linear queue. You're imposing on yourself the kind of post office queue model, whereas what you need is something that's much more flexible. If you want to have an image in your mind of what a modern queuing system is that allows you to do whatever you need to for the people calling you up, it'd be much more like, I don't know if you've ever seen a video of an Amazon package depot with parcels going along, trolleys and air chutes push them, and it's basically a hugely dynamic system. Now, if you look at such a video, you have that in your mind. There's just thousands of packages on dozens and dozens of conveyor belts, and they're all going in different directions, and some of them can go on some trucks because those trucks have the right routes, but others that go on other trucks. Look at one of those videos and try and tell yourself, how would I tell which order the packages are in? There is no order. The order is being determined constantly in real time by optimization, and that's what should happen with your emails and your chats and your calls. And so when I phone some system up, some company, and it says to me, you are 17th in the queue, I think, okay, these guys are just like in the Stone Age, when it comes to knowing how to deal with customer service. And not because the people might want to be in the right order in the queue, but that might make no business sense, right? It might just be totally wrong for your business and for what you need to optimize to do that. So I think if you're doing that, it's kind of like running with your feet tied together, so I would avoid it as a method. If you do want to start somewhere and you want to read out some information, I would do a predicted wait time. And in the predicted wait time, don't make it too accurate, but do it in buckets of time. Like, you have approximately 1 minute to wait. You have approximately, 3 to 5 minutes to wait, and only have a few of those buckets, because that is something that you can work with. You can do almost any optimization that you like. You have total flexibility. That's what I would suggest is the place to start.